Hello dear viewer! Let's take a look at 5 overlooked strategies for Factorio's early game. Strategies that might help you in your upcoming run. Number 1. Research physical projectile damage level 1 as soon as possible. You might think that this is only a 10% damage increase, but it is not. First of all, this research gives you bonus damage for bullets and gun turrets, and both bonuses stack multiplicatively. Take this gun turret for example. By default it deals 5 damage per shot. After getting the research we suddenly deal 5 plus 1.05 or 6.05 damage. That's because the gun turret got a 10% bonus and the ammo itself as well. A slightly above 20% increase in damage. But even more important, in the early game we have to defend against small biters, which have 15 health. Dealing 5 damage 3 times is not enough to kill them because of health regeneration. On each tick, a very tiny amount of health is added, so after 3 shots they are still alive and we have to fire a 4th shot. Increasing damage by just a tiny bit therefore increases our stopping power significantly. Just one level of physical projectile damage results in 25% less ammo needed to stop a biter wave. Number 2. Since version 2.0 it's possible to flip entities horizontally or vertically. Before we only had the option to rotate. This is very useful if the entity isn't symmetrical. Flipping enables new design patterns that might be very useful or aesthetically pleasing. For example, flipping every second oil refinery and chemical plant makes this pipe pattern possible. It's also very useful for electromagnetic plants, foundries, cryogenic plants and so on. There are some exceptions though. For example, a pump jack unfortunately cannot be flipped. The default hotkey shortcuts are H and V. Number 3. A lot of players don't consider using productivity modules in the early game because of the major downsides, which are increased power consumption, more pollution and a speed penalty. And since level 1 modules only apply a plus 4% productivity bonus compared to 10% for level 3, skipping them early on makes a lot of sense. But here's the thing, labs do not emit pollution, which is why using productivity modules in them is the best option. Power consumption of regular labs is only 60 kilowatts, which is very low, so increasing this value a bit doesn't matter at all. And since the game has lab research speed bonuses, the speed penalty also doesn't affect us that much. Conclusion, you should use productivity modules level 1 for labs as soon as possible. Make sure to take advantage of a free 8% productivity bonus every game. Number 4. Use efficiency modules as well. A lot of players don't know that these little green gems not only reduce energy consumption by 30%, they also reduce pollution by the same amount. That's a game changer. A death world feels like default after using efficiency modules. And in a default world you can get rid of your perimeter defense entirely because the pollution cloud will shrink and stop polluting enemy nests. Get them as fast as possible. The best entities to use them in are electric mining drills. With 3 module slots you can easily reach the minimum energy consumption of 20%. That's 2 pollution per minute per mining drill instead of 10. Afterwards use them in assembling machines level 2, refineries and chemical plants. Reducing the total energy consumption of your base lets you transition to full solar energy faster. Try it in your next run. Number 5. A lot of players build an early mall for items like assembling machines, inserters, belt equipment like splitters and so on. There are a lot of starter-based blueprints out there advertising this type of early game mall concept. But listen, you can just collect a reasonable amount of intermediates with chests and then handcraft. Most items only have a crafting time of 0.5 seconds. What makes the process of handcrafting slow and annoying is the need to also craft intermediates. Say you need a bunch of assembling machines level 2. Well, crafting them with just iron, copper and steel takes a long time because you have to make gears and green circuits first, and from green circuits you need to craft copper cables. All of these steps add up and make handcrafting very cumbersome. But if you just pick up green circuits and gears from a chest, suddenly the crafting time per assembler is just 1 second. 0.5 for level 1 and another 0.5 for level 2. For inserters, splitters, chemical plants and most items, it's the same thing. Just 0.5 seconds crafting time if you have the required intermediates. Okay, that's it. 5 overlooked strategies for the early game. Did you know that I have a Patreon for Blueprints and Savegames? Patreon.com/Avadi. Thanks, bye.